Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. On this channel, we cut through the hype and the noise, and we give you the non-biased information you can use to make informed decisions. It's not financial advice. Use this information as you will. But right now, what we're seeing is a war for the control of banking, DeFi, the tokenization of assets, cross-border payments, where people park their money, and we're seeing that war roll into a direct assault on stable coins. Now, stable coins put the legacy banking systems and the governments on notice that there was disruptive technology. Like the Fed had to come to the awareness that the US dollar might lose its dominance and that people are not going to park their money or make settlements around the world if there wasn't a digital asset to do it with. That's where stablecoins have came into place. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about what was the legacy banking systems, the governments, and Wall Street's response to stablecoins. Well, guys, you may come to the same realization as I have at the end of this video, that stablecoins may already be obsolete, because I got news for you. The power that runs the world, their response to stablecoins, it's massive, and they got a game plan, and they're rolling out their roadmap right now. And just like stablecoins was disruptive, this is going to disrupt the stablecoins. What is it? Well, maybe you've heard, but they're called deposit tokens. Now, I'm just going to read you some of the headlines, and then we'll dive into exactly what deposit tokens are and how stablecoins may be obsolete. Now, check this out. It says how deposit tokens are changing the digital money. Deposit tokens are an emerging form of digital money. Benefits include reducing fees, settlement times, and enabling direct fund transfers. Check this out. JP Morgan touts bank-issued deposit tokens. Deposit tokens could trade on DeFi like stablecoins. JP Morgan promotes bank deposit tokens versus stablecoins. Well, what are they? Well, here's a report by Oliver Wyman. Now, Oliver Wyman is a powerful consulting firm around the world, and they got with some of the smartest minds of the different offices around the world of JP Morgan and created this report. Now, check out what some of this says, guys, as we dive into it. I want you to listen to what they say. Bear with me. The increasing attention and ongoing development of blockchain technologies highlight the need for blockchain native cash equivalents, instruments that act as liquid means of payment and stores of value in blockchain native environments. This demand has predominantly been met by stablecoins historically. However, the possible adoption of blockchain for payments and complex commercial transaction at scale, including sophisticated institutional activity, raises questions as to what forms of digital money will be suited to support the transfer of value on blockchain systems. Now, before we dive into what exactly deposit tokens are, how they're going to be supported, how they're going to be backed, and all that, I just want to make a quick statement. Guys, I work for Bear Stearns. I used to be an insider, and I know from being on the inside that the governments, primarily the U.S. government, the central banks, and Wall Street pick winners and losers to the best of their ability. Now, they have rolled out a game plan to dominate and maintain their lion's share of banking and the flow of money, period. And I don't know what all's coming down the pipe and what it's going to look like, but I'm here to tell you that when the banking reset happens, which is basically not really a technical reset, it is going to change to like the Web3 form. And I don't know what DeFi and all that's going to look like, but I do know the legacy banking system and the governments in Wall Street are going not only to maintain their dominance and their control, it's going to increase. So for whatever that's worth, I'm not here to shield a token or a project or anything else. I'm here to front run the smart money. Because quite frankly, guys, it doesn't matter what blockchain you like or I like. We're not going to move a market. We don't get to pick winners and losers. So I'm going to follow the governments and the large Wall Street corporations like JP Morgan and BlackRock. And they have came together and they are creating a powerful roadmap and strategy which we are seeing implemented right now to literally take control of the real money that matters. They don't really care what me and you do, but when they tokenize the securities on the stock exchange, you can bet Wall Street, like JP Morgan, wants to keep that control. When you use a stable coin, the banks want that control. When we do DeFi, the banks, Wall Street, and the governments want that control. And guys, that's the way it's going to be primarily. There might be other avenues, but the world powers are going to increase their dominance. This is not the DeFi, the decentralized utopia future that we all thought. There may be a division for that, and I hope so. But either way, guys, deposit tokens are probably going to make stablecoins obsolete, or there will only be a handful that matter. Now, what are deposit tokens? Well, long story short, guy, to make it as simple as possible, and you don't need to read this, 20-page report, is that deposit tokens are basically stable coins. Exactly, just think of them as stable coins created by a bank. Now, here's the thing. A deposit token can be used just like a stable coin, and it will be backed by the bank. It will be backed by like our deposits that we have in the bank. Now, here's the part that is just bizarre that they're going to allow this, and it's not 100% cut in stone. They're passing this through the system as we speak. But like right now, when you put money into a bank, let's say you put $1 million in the bank, well, the bank can go loan that, I believe, 900% of that, right? For car loans, home loans, investments, whatever. And they only have to maintain, like, I think it's 10% of the actual cash on hand. That's why you have bank runs like what you're seeing now. If everybody ran into the bank, even like 30% of the people ran into the bank tomorrow to get their money, it would crash the bank. Well, check this out, guys. This is bizarre. So they have that. That's not going to change, and it's backed by FDIC. And we know, just like what happened, the government is backing the FDIC in a bailout already. Now, what they're setting up deposit tokens to be like, if let's say a bank has $100 million deposited in their bank, well, we know they can put that money to work. They're still going to be able to do that exact same thing, but they're going to be able to say that their deposit tokens are backed by that $100 million. Now check this out. We know they don't have that $100 million. It's scattered all around, but it doesn't even go against their books. So they don't even have to set it to side, and the government's going to be good with that. Why is that? Because the government will back that. Why does the government not care and feel comfortable backing those deposit tokens? Because they can just print money. So nothing's going to change. It's not going to change anything to do with the government's not being able to manipulate the system, unfortunately. So that's what they are, guys. Now, who's primarily behind it? Like BlackRock, Jamie Dimon with JP Morgan, all the legacy banking systems working together. They have a plan that they've been rolling out for years. That's what we're seeing right now. Now, for me, guys, for whatever this is worth, I always follow the money. And we know that, for instance, BlackRock has been talking about the tokenization of assets. We know that JP Morgan has been setting up their private blockchain to do tokenizations of assets. They did their test run with the Singapore dollar on Aave and Matic back like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. So the legacy banking system and Wall Street have a plan to totally dominate where you put your deposits. They want to totally dominate the money flow, cross-border payments, and the DeFi for sure, and the tokenization of assets. Outside of that, I'm sure we can have the rest. Now, don't let that discourage you about like the other protocols, like say Ripple or XLM and Algorand, that are banking type tokens that are going to help in the infrastructure. They're still going to get their share. However, the legacy banking system in Wall Street are setting up private blockchains, but they're still going to need outside interoperability, but they're setting up private blockchains to do as much of the banking as they can without any help from any of the new technology or the new infrastructures. But they're not going to be able to not use, for instance, the interoperability of, say, Quant, or maybe even XRP and Link, at least in a lot of different scenarios. That's the good news. Now, check this out. BlackRock just filed a 13G-A form with the SEC that they're increasing their ownership in JP Morgan to 100 and adding 194 million shares. Guys, follow the smart money. Again, I've said this 100 times. It doesn't matter what me and you think. It matters what the powers that move the markets, that run the world. It's where they put their money and what protocol. And it doesn't even have to be crypto or anything else. It can be real estate. It can be anything around the world. It can just be as simple as awarding a contract for a government building. It doesn't matter. They pick the winners and losers, and I'm going to try to front run that with my money. And I'll share my thoughts and my information with you. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I got. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Do you think that stablecoins are going to be obsolete? Well, I don't know if they will. I really believe that USDC will probably be the one that they try to promote around the globe, because they kind of can control it through JP Morgan, BlackRock, and the Bank of Mellon. And there may be some stable coins that still sit on top of blockchain ecosystems like ADA that you might use when you're doing trades in that ecosystem. But overall, guys, I 100% am convinced that the digital tokens are basically going to be the future. I really do. For whatever that's worth. That being said, guys, I'm working with people one-on-one, and if your portfolio is in disarray and kind of chaotic, and you find yourself just buying bags that you start stacking and you don't have an overall game plan, I'm working with people one-on-one, and we get together, we look at your portfolio, we analyze your game plan, and we create you a roadmap that fits your risk tolerance and your overall goals. If you have an interest in that, it's $250, and we'll get together 3 or 4 times, and at the end you'll have structure, you'll have a game plan, you'll have increased your knowledge a lot, and I really think that that will help you be successful in the next bull run. That being said, also guys, is by going through the process, hopefully it helps you understand when you're not getting enough information or when you're getting misinformation. Now there's a link down below to work with me directly. I'll have my email, just send me a notice. And then also there's a link down below of the video created about Ripple's ODL and BlackRock's and the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance and JP Morgan's in the legacy banking systems, their overall big picture of what they're rolling out and how we can front run all that and take advantage of it, guys, because I'm telling you, Ripple's ODL put them on notice, and if you want to know what their response is, which is no one ever dives into that response, they act like they just threw their hands up and that everyone has to use Ripple ODL. Well, I hate to tell you guys, that's not the case. I'm going to leave a link down below. Watch that video. It will be highly informative. That's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you want to work with me, let me know. Just send me an email. That being said, if you haven't subscribed, do so. Hit that like button. Come back. Be part of this community. Take care.